Life at the preserve is meant to slow things down. Here, we gather to get away from the city buzz, enjoy the stillness of nature, and share the importance of community. And through this experience, we learn to appreciate the disc golf just a bit more.
Right at the pin, and Bradley Williams puts it in.
Ricky's in bounds.
Double Ricky Wysocki.
This is the goal of Airborne, elevating our love for our sport through reminding us why we all started playing to begin with. So, from the first tee on Friday to the last putt on Sunday, let's cherish the moment, the highlights to come, and the peak of disc golf in Minnesota. The 2024 Preserve Championship starts now.
Hello and welcome to the front nine of round one of the 2024 Preserve Championship, connected by Microsoft Teams. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Raven Klein.
Oh, and those are our names. If you have a commentary team name, let us know in the comments. We don't have an official one yet. We did hear you loud and clear, though. We kicked Madison Walker out of the booth.
She's gone now.
Yeah, I got a Minnesota local. That's just what you asked for, so you're welcome. Real quick before we get to the disc golf, I just want to shout out that we are releasing a new show next week following Macbeth's 2023 European tour. It's called The Macbeth Effect Episode 1. Drops on the Jomez YouTube channel Tuesday, June 25th. Jomez Patreon and DGN Pro members get early access and can watch the first episodes now. Let's get to the golf. Holyn Handley, so far this season, 79% fairway hits, 65% circle tune regulation, and 77% circle 1X putting.
Then we have Paige Pierce. She's also hitting high, 72% on the fairway hits, 53% C-tune regulation, and a high 77 for her C1X putting. Love to see that.
Yep. And then Catrina Allen, last year's winner, 70% fairway hits, 46% circle tune regulation, and also 77% C1X putting. Popular statistic.
All right.
And
final on the card, Kat Mertsch, fairway hits 72%. She has 57% C2 regulation, and her C1X putting comes in at 68%. This should be a fun card today. Everyone was preparing for some major weather, and we didn't get it.
Lucked out.
Yeah.
And it was nice and cool, which never happens, it feels like, out here. Hole 1 is a par 4 at 615 feet. You can see there's OB water. It's actually pulled off the water line a good bit at that tall grass. You just want to pipe something out there a little to the right maybe, or challenge the water's edge to make it a closer upshot, and then you have to cross that little water channel. Distance-wise, everyone in the field can get it. You really want to start off with a birdie. Just make sure you clear that OB.
All right, everybody, let's give it up for our 1020 feature card in FPO. First up on the box from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, let's hear it for Catrina Allen.
I'm not 100% sure, but this might be one of her last events.
I was just going to ask that, to be honest.
Pops? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be close. I mean, major props. I don't know that I could do this. I definitely couldn't do it well. And that's an amazing first shot.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how she's adjusted her game. I mean, I still hit myself. She's in a good spot, though. She'll have a fairly easy approach across the water, or the channel, if you will.
Cat pulling this one over to the right, which is all inbounds and fine. You just want to kind of stay out of that tall grass, and she's on the edge of it.
From Grapevine, Texas, Holyn Handley.
Isn't this Holland's Sunday outfit? I'm confused.
I know, she normally wears red later.
Just feeling tiger today, I guess. Coming off that win. He's just a winner now.
She just is a winner. Holyn gives it really nice height. It's a good flex on her disc, and that's going to leave her with the shortest approach to the pin so far.
Love it.
And from Pensacola, Florida, let's hear it for Paige Pierce.
Woo! Let's go!
Paige has won this event twice, once in 2022, once in 2020, and she's coming off that Portland win. She did skip Beaver State Fling, so she essentially is coming right off of a win.
Low release, and she turns it over. She's still not going to have a problem getting across. She's just going to probably have to throw a faster disc.
Well, we'll see. You never know.
Well, maybe not fast for her.
Yeah. That's a good ways, though. Ooh, and this, yeah,
Doesn't like it.
is actually fine. Okay. She knows she kind of got away with one. Yeah, you just got to give it enough height to get over those trees.
The hard part about playing it safe to this right side is your footing can be a little bit off with that tall grass.
Yeah,
but
for sure. Ooh.
Everyone's seeming to make it through. I take it back.
Yeah, Cat, probably dropping short. We'll see where her lie is.
I personally like this play, throwing
too.
something high, and if you miss, you can just crash into the tree.
Or you could just
park
it
it.
in the bullseye.
I kind of can't believe she's caddying.
I was just going to say that. I mean, you
I
have to
can't
imagine
believe
that
it 'cause
she
it's
had
Catrina,
offers. Yeah.
but
I don't know. Some people don't like
It's
to
a
have
rhythm
caddies.
thing.
Yeah.
Holyn leaks out just deep of the circle behind the basket, but well within her range.
Oof.
So Mertsch did not make it across.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Risky little sidearm. Kind of an awkward shot. I'm surprised she didn't take it back a little farther.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not on feature card, so what are you going to do? Paige leaves that well short. Everything's looking so pretty and green.
That has been one of my favorite parts about this year with the rain.
Yeah.
We've had so much variety here in Minnesota for this event.
I mean, it's usually brown.
It is usually brown, yeah. But we had a brown year, then we had a smoky year.
Oh, smokier, yeah.
And then we had a brown, really hot last year.
Yeah.
Everything was dead.
Yeah.
Holyn left her putt to the right side. Oh, she didn't even want to watch it.
Yeah, it's kind of a new thing she's been doing when she knows she misses. That's going to be a rough start for Cat, considering, again, this is a very reachable par 4. No harm done with a par.
Yep, nice easy comeback.
So this is our 5th year out here, I believe.
I think so.
Have you played all?
No,
5? Neither.
the first year I was actually here as a spectator.
Ah, wow.
Catrina with the tap-in birdie, Holyn with the par, and Cat is going to card the double bogey on hole 1.
Oh, I'm sure her fire is going to be very fueled for the next several holes.
Definitely.
And looks like a whole bunch of ladies got that one. I believe 25 women out of our field of, 52 got it?
I think so, yeah. Hole 2, we move on. It's a par 3, 280 feet. You have a double mando right off the tee. I see a lot of players throwing either a putter or a mid, unless they're trying to flex a forehand through here. But your goal is just to punch straight, and then you can fade right in toward the basket.
Oh, Madison usually does the stats. 25 people landed in circle 1X. There were 16 birdies on hole 1. Excuse me, just learning new things over here. Ooh, wow. Catrina.
Ooh, I can't tell if that came back behind the mando line.
It missed.
did. If you're not familiar with that rule, even if you make it through the mando, if it comes back on either side, you have missed the mando.
Very strange rule.
That was what, 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That they made that switch?
Mm-hmm. Something like that. They switched it and then they switched it again. So
Holyn off the tee, kind of misses on the left side, but makes it all the way through, and she's going to be at the edge of the circle.
I think that's the better miss. There's gaps over there to hit a big putt.
Definitely. I like the left side. I usually play something a little more stable for that as my miss.
Paige also high and early.
Hits a tree and just kind of falls straight down.
How are the tee pads out there?
I didn't have any problem with them, but
a
I
little slick on
normally
that edge.
don't. Cat with looked like a nice shot, but it just held its turn and did hit a tree in the middle of the fairway.
So it looks like no drop zone here. It's just a mandatory re-tee for a missed. Mandatory.
Correct. And you can see there's a drop zone next to our tee pad, but that's actually for the men's tee pad.
Oh, that
they
makes
are
sense.
behind us, 60 feet. And if they miss, they go to our tee pad.
No one really getting off the tee here on hole 2. And I like this hole. I feel like we don't get a whole lot of technical woods holes, and the preserve is fun because it's a good mix of big open shots, but also some of these more technical shorties.
Yeah, and you hit most of your technicality in the first 6 holes.
Yeah. Paige just going to lay up for another par. Cat wobbles it up there. I think that was supposed to be a run. Holyn just outside for birdie.
Ooh, tickles the left side. Good height, though. I love when you can give a good circle 2 bid and it's close.
It's my favorite. That's why I live for that. Catrina gonna take a double. Man, weird to see 2 doubles immediately on our feature card here.
Yeah. On holes that look very simple on paper.
Mm-hmm. I think I want my epitaph on my gravestone to be ran every circle 2 putt.
We should probably be next to each other then. Just make it 1.
Yeah. But stayed close,
But stay close.
Yeah. Didn't 3 putt after. There's going to be a lot of subtext.
There were 11 birdies on this hole, but only 2 people were actually parked for it.
Yeah, played tough today.
did.
I'm sure we'll see more birdies. Hard to park it, though, for sure.
It is. I mean, it's a beautiful shot when you can execute, but harder than it looks.
Looks like we got 4 or 5 ladies. Perfect 2 for 2 start. Hole 3 is another par 3, 324 feet, but deceptively farther than that, I think, because you can't really flex it out to the right too much with those trees there. They'll catch you real good, and then you don't want to hyzer out too much. You can get a big flare skip, and there's OB on the left side. Checking in with a different card, Owen Scoggins, coming off another FP40 Masters win, I think her 4th. And I think so.
Oh, wow.
I will double check, but that is a probable statistic for you folks, and that's a definite birdie.
Holyn going to start us off here. Something new this year, as you were saying, everything's always kind of dry and dead. Mm-hmm. The river on the right side of these trees is actually has crept up.
Okay.
And so on the off chance that you yank it, you could be OB in the water.
Interesting. Yeah, not a normal problem. And Holyn just demonstrating her power there with a Z swirl buzz. So cool to be able to throw mid and not get that flare skip I was talking about.
Yeah. Paige with a smooth shot.
That also looks like a
Tough thing about this hole is that hill. So if you don't use the right side and flirt with the tree branches, you can have a shot that even like hers with a mid that slides down the hill.
Yeah.
And pushes you into circle 2.
Cat also disking down to a star J. Keeps it on the right side. It's going to be about 40 feet for a birdie. Got to really differentiate here. Cat Catrina.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a little bit of a
Little
slip
slip.
there. And it's hyzering towards OB. Hopefully it checks up.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of space. Even if you if you slip or yank it. Harder to find the left OB, which is nice.
Catrina with a really long look here. It's a nice floaty bid. Leaves it short, though. Last year when Catrina won, she beat Kristen Tatar to do it, which I feel like is so hard to do. And It's we're missing most, I think, all of the Europeans because there's a much more robust European tour this year.
It's true. Kat just hitting the top of the basket for her birdie look.
Paige for birdie.
High, hits the band. She'll have a tap-in par. But this is one of the shorter holes on the course, and even though it plays longer, a lot of people feel like they should get this one.
I think especially the elite distance players.
Yeah.
Holyn carding her first birdie of the day.
Now that it's unlocked, I think she'll...
Madison and I do this thing too where we call, is she business Holyn or is she party Holyn? But lately she's kind of just been like relaxed. We call her Island Holyn.
Ooh, I like Island Holyn.
That's what I feel like she is today. She's got that win. The monkey's off her back. She can just, sip a nice fruity drink on the beach.
That's true. Paige, Catrina, and Kat all going to tap in their pars here on the third hole.
But if you can tell what kind of Holyn it is, let me know today.
I will let you know.
Just keep me posted.
I do love business Holyn.
Oh, business Holland's my favorite. She's sending faxes.
She's sending faxes. Hole 4, 675 feet. It is our second par 4. For this one, it makes you feel like you want to throw to the right, but you don't have to. If you can throw an Annie shot that gets you by the path and pushes up to this tunnel, then that's great. But you can also just throw something straight out by the trees and then give yourself a straight look into the gap. The par on this hole is good. If you can get the birdie, you're getting strokes on the entire field.
It's like one of the best feeling birdies, I think, on the entire course, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because there's some that I just can't reach. But I can reach this one. It's just exceedingly difficult.
Yeah, so I love this big Annie shot, but I think sometimes people, they go a little too unstable, and you kind of cut it, and then you pinch yourself off from the corner, and it's not worth it.
Yeah. It's really hard to get it just right.
Holyn's shot looked really nice, but she did catch that first tree branch.
So in years past, we've seen Paige go a bit deeper and not try to get on the right side of those trees. And this is an intentional play.
So this is actually my favorite play. Yeah. I love just going straight, and you break the hole up into this little 90-degree.
Yeah, and then you're not working that angle like you were talking about that Holyn's going to have to do. I think more and more women are going to be playing it that way.
Where Kat just landed is my second favorite spot.
That's another pretty full rip, though.
It is. Yeah.
How far do you think it is from there?
340.
Yeah. Catrina kind of doing the same thing, but hyzering out definitely more than she wants.
Love seeing a crowd out here with the lead card.
Especially on a Friday.
I know. Everyone called out of work. Oh, she's throwing down the roller. I love that.
Wow.
Oh, and it's perfect? Oh, okay.
I mean, it's pretty dang good. What a cool shot.
Any shot on your second that can get at least halfway through the tunnel, great.
Yeah, this one can be pretty brutal.
She's a little further than I thought she was. But that's really nice angle control from Kat.
Fantastic. She knows it.
How many umbrellas does she have?
Great question. Can't be too prepared. She's got a lot of friends.
That looks so good from Paige. The height control on that, when you play her play and stay on the other side of the trees, especially when you get as far as she did, the branches hanging down really shrink your approach.
Yeah.
So that was beautiful.
Holyn able to get most of the way down the tunnel.
Just a little low.
Yeah.
She had some height to work with, but just didn't want to risk it.
Catrina with some awkward footing here, but she is so good at these floaty little patent pending shots.
Yeah, beautifully done.
Kind of a squat little basket there. Little guy.
Well, he's just hanging out. He's got a nice place in the woods.
Doing Doing his best.
Holyn
Ooh.
giving it a run. Oh. Wanted to walk that one in.
Yeah, trying to look cool. Paige for a birdie.
Also leaves it on the left side. She got another umbrella.
I think she's just trying to mess with you. Do it.
Oh, left side again.
3 birdie looks is
I
still
was
very
gonna say,
impressive on
for-
this hole.
It's kind of crazy that they had the birdie looks on this hole, but struggled on 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Catrina making her putt for par.
This was the 6th most difficult hole, and wow, 0 birdies. Okay, well, we'll see at least one on the weekend.
Well, I'm going to get one tomorrow, so
Yeah, so there you
tell
go.
you what.
Count it. Dollar side bet?
I was going to say, you want to make a bet?
Yeah.
I was going to say ice cream, but I'll do $1.
Okay. Oh, you do ice cream. It's probably more expensive, I guess, depending on your tastes.
It is.
And a round of pars is great on this
Fire
hole.
up the barbecue. Time to celebrate.
Well, 37% of the field had a bogey or worse on this one.
Yeah.
Oof.
I think they added this hole for, 3 years ago? Because it used to just be straight out. Mm-hmm. And I love this change.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a change anymore, but I love this hole.
Yeah, I like that it still exists. Hole 5 is, I believe, new from last year. It's a par 3, 275 feet. Really weird angle. Just look at it. This tree, right, this V tree, you can see how many people have hit it. Look at that thing. No out of bounds, just real weird. What's your preferred shot shape?
I actually just throw like a stable mid because off the tee, it doesn't look like you want to go left. You want to end up left.
Yeah.
And yes, you can save your par if you just punch straight. It looks so different from the tee pad than it does if you look back from the basket.
Oh,
Holyn leaks
She's
left side.
lucky
got
to get that far.
further, but I would almost say not lucky to get that far because it's thicker.
I was gonna. Okay, yeah,
It's
I think
hard to get out of there.
early left is probably the worst mistake.
Yeah.
Right can be bad, but
Paige throwing it a little high, but gets 2 kicks and ends up back in the middle of the fairway.
let's see if Cat Mertsch can find the fairway here. The orange on red is blinding, though. I can't. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. It, man, early tree hit. We're gonna see some scrambling in these woods.
Love
Katrina,
that.
yeah, so
So that's what I'm
smooth.
talking about. It's off the tee. It looks like you have to punch straight or flex a forehand or something, and you don't. You just gotta throw something that's gonna finish.
That fades a little
Yeah.
bit. Oh man,
This is a rough spot to be in.
Cat trying to work an Annie forehand. It is so hard to get this in the air and not turn it into a cut roller, and that's honestly
That was well done.
Yeah.
Paige, luckily on the edge, so she should just have a simple forehand approach. Leaks right a little bit, but she's just outside the bullseye for par.
Problem.
No problemo.
Yeah, Paige's touch forehand game has definitely come a long way, I think, in the last couple of years.
Holyn was able to use like her long legs to get a look at the fairway, but not quite enough turn on that forehand. Looks like she's still inside the circle though.
Cat with a lot of work left to save her par.
Do it.
Just shrugs.
See that face? She
Oh,
gave?
yes. I was hoping we'd see this. Look at all these wobbles. That's the noise it makes in slow motion.
Those are the ones she makes all the time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Beautiful putt from Kitch. Oh gosh.
Beautiful slow-mez, too.
I do love the arms up. That was great. So yeah, Holyn got a little bit deep here for her layup, but that's a no problem putt for Holyn. That's business. Holyn,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
see the change in the walk, right?
Yep.
She's not ever one Holyn. She's many
Are
personas.
any of us
Yeah.
one Holyn?
No. Oh,
That was
sweet
pretty.
birdie.
She has such good height control. on her putt.
Yeah, I wish there was a statistic on who
On, like,
is the
her deep
best
putts.
elevated pin putter, too. Because I think Catrina's, well, she either hits long ones or misses short ones, but, like, she has hit a lot of long ones.
Catrina is one of 8 birdies on this hole today.
That's an amazing one. Such a
fun
solid
one.
putt.
Yeah, and to get it on a nice putt.
Maria Oliva leading the way 4 down through 5.
You have a long walk and make your way across the property over to hole 6, a par 5, 695 feet. Your first shot, you want to play straight up this path. Not a lot of people in the FPO field actually try and cut the corner, but if you can push yourself deep enough and line yourself up with the second tunnel, then you've got a straight 300-foot approach to the basket.
Easy.
So it's, you know,
So easy.
eagle, obviously.
Yeah. I actually...
And yet, we don't see a lot of them.
I know. I'm trying to remember. We've seen them, though, right?
Maybe one in FPO.
I know. I
mean,
meant to look this up.
This hole, the MPO and FPO play the same layout.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
What a kick.
Maria getting all the way to that corner pretty
Maybe
much.
Maria does it.
That'd be cool. Maria, not known for the sidearm necessarily, but throws a really smooth shot to the mouth of the gap here.
Yeah, really good self-control to just to pitch yourself up to this gap.
So hard to do.
That's the one.
Wow.
I almost just started clapping. And I was like, oh, we're gonna try it.
Just maybe away from the mic. Wow. Maria gonna move to 5 down through 6 on all of the pretty technical, difficult holes.
Yeah. If you can start off hot like that through the wooded section.
Yeah, and she's the distance to hang on to that score. Really nice, straight, controlled shot from Catrina. It's picture perfect.
I mean, it's really all you need on this hole, because even that will put you in position for the birdie.
Yeah.
You saw it with Maria.
Yeah, you can go putter if you want. It's interesting to see all of the different ways people play this hole.
Yep. It's tough if you leak to the right side.
Yeah.
I don't think
Business Holland knows it's tough.
I don't think she went too far. Like, she'll still be able to throw a sidearm around the grouping of trees, but
Paige, oh, I like it. I thought it was going to
it
leak
looked
over
like
to
it
the
was
left, but
high like some of her other shots.
Yeah.
But I always catch myself when it's that disc. I'm like, wait,
yeah, it's a fierce.
that one just hovers.
Yeah. Pretty floaty shot.
Cat Mertsch last on the tee here. High and early release on the left side. And she's going to find herself in the middle of all that sumac, which is
Jail.
less than ideal.
Pitch out land.
Yep. Sometimes the pitch out is even hard from there.
Yeah.
So par is still in play for Cat Mertsch here if she can get even with the mouth of the next fairway.
That's pretty close.
Technically she is. She's just going to have some weird footing.
It's kind of, yeah, similar to where we just saw Maria land, a little bit farther.
Catrina with another forehand around the corner.
Oh, yeah. Lines herself up to that short tee pad.
And both of the holes, well, I guess you can't see both of them. These are both from the Red Fox layout that is at the Airborne Preserve the rest of the year. So Paige lands on the right side, so she might have a patent pending, or she might be deep enough that she can have a regular stance.
Holyn working a forehand around some trees. Gets caught a little bit, but she might be able to still get down there for the birdie.
Yeah, she just pushed it a
Holyn's
little too
face.
far.
I can't.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, full run up.
Yeah. Well, she was lined up with the fairway. Leaks on the right side, but actually gets some good distance up to the basket.
Yeah, she'll have a chance. Cat definitely
Kind
kind
of
of
local fairway.
Yeah, working hard to get her pars. Ooh,
Come on. Holland's telling it to get right, and that is a lucky kick. When you have an early release like that to end up on the fairway on this hole,
she should probably
take those.
send her emails out so she can focus on disc golf, you know?
Nice shot from Catrina. It was starting to leak a little bit too much on the right side, but she gets a tree kick back into the edge of the circle.
It really is so crazy to see all these flowers. It looks like spring.
That's what rain does.
It's nuts.
Everyone is getting a kick back into the fairway on this hole. That is crazy.
Classic. I feel like it's classic feature card or a lead card. It'll just drive you nuts.
Holyn kind of having the same thing. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
That's because you said something. That's
Relax.
on you. Relax. She looks relaxed now.
Not her. The trees.
Cat not really left with a putt, but still tries
do
to
it?
throw in the forehand. Wow. What a bid.
Love that.
That would be such a cool Jomez. A forehand putt from deep circle 2.
That would be cool. Paige leaving it right. That's the second or third one that she's kind of left to the side here.
Yeah, the others were more left, so we'll see if she can dial it in. She's kind of stuck on the par train. Not a horrible place to be, but...
Ugh. Not enough mustard. Catrina just catches the top of the cage. She's going to tap in for her par. Again, you're not losing strokes to the field getting a par on this hole. Holyn will tap in her par as well.
This was the 7th most difficult today. Looks like there were 6 birdies, and there was an eagle from Emily Beach.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because she has the power, and she's a lefty.
Yeah.
So she can just, that first shot.
A little
she
bit
can just,
easier.
like, do a pushing hyzer.
Uh-huh. Well, cool. Well, now
Well,
we know there's
cool.
definitely been one, and there's probably been a few others.
Paige also grabs her par, and Cat Mertsch finishing that hole with a bogey after her pitch out of the sumac.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your Disc Golf warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, and more. Everything you need for the game you love. Online or at our Minnesota store. Gotta Go, Gotta Throw.com, your disc golf warehouse.
Hole 7 is a par 3, 330 feet. Another one that is weirdly tricky. It plays uphill a little bit. It is tight on both sides with these trees. You see a lot of errors end up on the right side, trying to work kind of the flex shot. These ladies have the power to just throw something straight at it. I'm curious if we'll even see mids again. Usually it's more fairway driver, or for a lot of the field, full distance driver. And check out this pretty blue tee pad. That's new, right?
It is. Yeah.
I like it.
The first day I walked up, I was like, oh, hold on. I'll tell you in a second. That was pretty.
Yeah, it was really good.
That shot deserved my full attention.
This tee pad deserves my full attention.
When we walked up, the men's tee pad is red and ours is blue, but on every Pro Tour sign, we're red and they're blue.
Yeah. Mess
Holyn,
with
with that mistake you were talking about, leaking to the right side, and it's kind of jaily in there.
you. Everything's so lush.
Not only right, but low. Paige looks like she's just trying to use the full length of the fairway. Leaks a little bit right, but punches back out into circle 2.
Close. I like that play where you just ride the right side just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And then you fade in, but not flex it. You just throw right at it. And
No,
eyes are
absolutely
out.
laser straight.
I mean, that would be nice.
Cat taking the straight approach, but with some stability on our disc, so she's going to be just at the edge of the circle left.
Cat Mertsch suffering for her fashion there.
Holyn with a forehand pitch out, just outside the bullseye. So yeah, she's right on the edge of the slope. So I'm glad we didn't have rain today, because that would have been a tricky spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Paige for birdie.
Man, no birdies yet for Paige. I believe it's a slightly different layout now because there's one change in a par from a par 3 to a par 4, but the course record is held by both Catrina and Paige. Ooh, nice birdie there. That deserves some attention.
It does, yeah, the whole hole.
The whole hole. They both shot 57s. Catrina last year and Paige in 2022, which I believe, is that an 11 down? Sounds right.
Sure.
It was definitely a 57, I can tell you that.
A good putt from Cat Mertsch here to get a little bounce back stat.
Yeah, second really big, nice clutch putt from Cat.
Holyn will settle for her par.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we're seeing almost every tournament the leader has to average over 1,000 rated golf, but the winners of the last 3 years of the Preserve have been doing that. Isn't that crazy?
There's something about this course.
You got to play well out here.
Brings out the best. Mm-hmm. Another little slow-mo for Cat Mertsch. She keeps banging these long putts.
Yeah, moves back under par.
Maria able to hang on to that 5 down through 7. So we move on to our first change of the year. Hole 8 is a par 4 now, 660 feet. Your first shot, you just want to push something out here. You can cut it close and get like tight to the OB on the left side, but you bring water into play. But it does decrease your distance on this second shot. You need 2 full pushing hyzers if you want to get close to this basket. And with the grass, we saw a little bit of like skip play happening. So if you get too close, you're going to skip OB. However, if you get close enough to the basket, you can save your par.
Oh, it was changed from I was just having to think about this. So it was a par 5.
Was the par 5 that ended up on the side of the hill with the wood chips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And now it doesn't.
Okay. Okay, so par then is 1 less. What is math? Did they shoot 13s? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what the course record is.
Mertsch with a great shot. She hugs that right side. I know when we went through, it was a tailwind. You can kind of see that with Holyn's hair. A little bit still. So not a lot of danger in throwing at this right side.
Yeah.
You know.
That's definitely my preferred play as well.
Great shot from Holyn. Paige going a more direct line, and I really like this. If you're feeling bold, take a more direct line to the basket. Shave off like 100 feet on your approach.
Definitely a little risky.
But it's tough. This one, you're just gonna see people playing safe golf and taking their par.
Oh, I figured it out. Okay, it took me that whole time to do math. The 10 down is the course record, and I'm going to pay attention now. But the par is 1 less, so it was technically a different course.
2 great throws in a row.
Wow.
Honestly, the people on this card, you know, Holyn's, the Cat Mertsch, Paige Pierce, Ella, anybody that's a power thrower.
I mean, that's who these holes are designed for.
Can get this hole. Yeah. I mean, it is tough for the field because it's not just the distance; it's the
risky
cojones.
Yeah, the risky placement. Yeah.
Paige also, again, another low throw, but she makes it across. Holyn's in such good position to just hyzer into this basket.
Crazy far.
Okay.
Easy. Yep.
Don't mind me. Mm-hmm. The rest of the field is playing safe on this hole.
Yep. Pretty crazy.
More like how Catrina played it. You know, she's just if you're out of position at all or you threw it a little short, you're just not going for this.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
So Paige for her first birdie of the day.
Yeah, a lot of long looks today. She's been all over it. Ooh,
hey!
That was like a little flex putt even.
That was a good catch by the chain on that right side. I loved it. Just kind of... Did that make sense?
Cool shot. Yeah, let's see it again, but slower. Oh, boy. Great
little
focus.
Annie.
Yeah, look at his full
Watch
flight.
this catch. Just boop cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Jared from the Guardian Aliens loved that one. Paige's caddy.
Talk about wearing your emotions on your sleeves, you know?
He wears them on his whole body.
It's bodysuit of emotions.
Cat from just outside the bullseye.
For birdie.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Wow.
Getting some momentum after kind of struggling in the first wooded section.
This is for par for Catrina. Beautiful putt. Just very controlled. Even the ones she missed, they all look smooth today. And now Holyn for birdie. And you just saw 3 out of the 4 birdies on this hole today.
Oh, wow. Yep.
The only other birdie was carded by Jennifer Allen, which, you know, shocker.
I guess these ladies are featured for a reason, huh?
How dare they?
Yeah, 3 for 4. Pretty amazing. Maria Oliva still leading the way at that 5 down. And wrapping up the front 9, it's a par 3, 297 feet. Water carry for the first, I don't know, 220? 215? It doesn't matter. Sure. Some distance. It's kind of awkward, though. The way that it's shaped, your disc tends to hyzer out towards the left. And if you don't fully commit, you can weirdly find that OB if you are not careful. Just a laser dead straight shot is really nice. You see some women swinging out more to the right and get a little bit of a hyzer. You could work kind of a flippy anhyzer if you really wanted to as well.
This is a check-in with Maria. She went with that laser straight line, gives herself an edge of circle bid for birdie, and cashes it. Oh, look at that front 9
6
score.
down, bogey free for Maria on the front 9.
Yeah, this hole is so beautiful. From the MPO tee pad, it's kind of the iconic one.
Uh-oh.
And this is actually what I was going to mention.
It's weirdly easy to do that.
Erika said a lot of people will hyzer and you get toward that left OB. And then to counteract that, people think, well, I'm just going to throw it more to the
Yeah,
right.
just chuck it right and try to crash through the right side.
But then
Ooh.
it gets yanked into the right stuff.
Yeah, pretty.
Holyn just on a rope toward the basket. She is going to be parked.
I believe that was her. ESP Athena?
Paige, another high release here. That one's going to need to start fading. Just gets to the edge. All of the trees there on the right side used to be, like, cleared out. Mm-hmm. And because of all of the growth right now at the preserve, there isn't really a putt anymore.
I think that's good, though. I think it keeps you honest.
It does. Or you got to do, like, some cool Annie bid.
Yeah. Honest or cool. One or the other.
Cool.
Yeah.
Katrina just skips off the sidewalk.
But you can see how that OB gets tighter and tighter and how easy it could have been to maybe not get in bounds over there.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is fun.
Well, there you go. Cat Mertsch with a little twisty patent pending, and she gets herself right inside the circle for her par.
What a follow through.
Yeah. Spin it out.
Catrina from circle 2 catches some low right chains and basket doesn't stick.
So you can see Paige is pretty much the furthest back you could be and still have a putt with these branches.
She's still dealing with a lot there, it looks like. And another one dead center but high.
Looks like they might be dealing with a little bit of a headwind, and it kind of lifted on her. Cat Mertsch in for the par. Paige in for par.
Holyn easy birdie to move to 3 down.
Getting that back to back.
Yeah, calmly stacking them up. Looking a little more relaxed again.
It's almost the weekend. And a par for Katrina. That is going to wrap up our front 9 of day 1.
Yeah, Maria, that fiery hot 6 down, trending towards that record 10 down, like we talked about for so long.
Like we talked about.
I'm sure you guys enjoyed that. Looks like the top 10 to 15 are only about 1 under par through the front 9. This is a difficult course to get under par on. I know there's a lot of birdies out there, but there's a lot of difficulty. Do you think the back 9 plays harder or easier?
I actually don't. I think the back 9 plays easier.
Okay.
Yeah, like you've got longer shots, but I just feel like you don't deal with as much water until you get into hole 18.
Yeah.
And then the wall, obviously.
Yeah. Right.
Which is a fun one.
So
But I'm
got some
excited.
exciting stuff for you coming up. Thanks for watching the front 9, and a big thank you to the Founders Club as always. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Raven Klein. That's it.
And that's it.
That's what we're called.
Yeah. All right.